Hey guys, welcome to the MFL Today. I'll be doing this weekly throughout, really, for the rest of the MFL or until I get tired of this. I'm just going to recap last week, which happened over the weekend, and I'm going to follow up with next week. Now, these will alternate between Tuesdays and Wednesdays, or maybe it'll become Tuesdays permanently, just depending on when. Basically, this will just depend on how many games there are, and really just if really I'll do this after I get games uploaded, recorded, and stats taken care of. But first thing, but the first order of business, as I wanted to get like an actual set. Actually, no, yeah, I wanted to get like an actual set and just sit behind it, but that will be coming later. But I know what I can do for right now. But in case you did not watch last week, week 1 of season 9 started. And the first game was Thunder Bay and Lightning Lake. Thunder Bay won that game 45-28. Thunder Bay had 205 yards rushing with 4 touchdowns. And 2 passing touchdowns and 30 yards. And then they did kick and make 1 field goal. Lightning Lake in their first game in MFL history, they ran for 216 yards and 4 touchdowns. Nothing really, no passing. And just one thing, maybe eventually I'll put highlights into this. I don't think I will, but just for right now. The next game, Mindbake beat Springfield 42-38. Mindbake ran the ball for 285 yards and 5 touchdowns. They threw the ball for 45 yards and 1 touchdown, and they missed 1 field goal. Springfield made their only field goal. And then they didn't complete a pass, but they did run for 227 yards and 4 touchdowns, and they did have the first ever kickoff return for a touchdown. And that was in the 3rd quarter, I believe. It was right at the beginning of the second half. And then the final game of the week was Newman and Mindbake. Newman won that game 38-28. Newman made the only field goal. They did have the first ever interception in MFL history to clinch the game with about 12 seconds left. Newman ran for 224, 3 touchdowns, and then they threw for 28 yards and 1 touchdown. Mindbake threw 1 interception, missed 2 field goals, threw for 25 yards and 1 touchdown, and ran for 202 yards and 2 touchdowns. And so then, obviously, Mindbake leads rushing yards. They have, let me find it. Mindbake has 487 yards and 7 rushing touchdowns so far through 2 games, and they have 4 games remaining. LeBron 100% leaving Cavs because relationship with owners beyond repair. Okay. And so next week's games, which we eliminated the bye, so I just went through and I revised the schedule. But tomorrow, which is Thursday, we're going to have our first ever, well, not our first ever, but we're going to have a Thursday night football game between me and Scott. Springfield at Newman. Then on Friday and Saturday, we have Newman at Lightning Lake and Mindbake at Thunder Bay. Then just some general news. The Newman Stadium Authority voted and passed. Basically, they voted on, and it succeeded that Newman will not renovate Newman Stadium, but they will just get a new stadium, which you see me on right here. And then there are reports that Austin could be retiring at the end of this year. He has not confirmed any of that. It is just a report. There are all ideas of who would come in and join next season if it comes down to only 3 members, which again right now we don't have anything about it just yet. No decision has been made, but I will let you guys know when a decision has been made. But I think that is basically it for. I think that's basically it for the first ever MFL Today. Sorry. 5, 6. Okay. But yeah, so I think that is it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that needs to be said. I don't think there is. But it is almost a guarantee that Mitchell will be back next season. It's about 80% sure. Oh yes, and Ben actually was voted back into the league, so the Everton Redhawks will be coming back. But that's all we know right now, is that Ben is joining next season. That's the only move that is official and that we know of. So yeah, that's it, guys, and we will see you tomorrow with Springfield at Newman.